Hello, my name is Vekran, and I am an earth angel from heaven. And I've gone through a lot of suffering on this earth, but here I am today to explain the knowledge that I have acquired, not from reading from a book, but from experience. And I'm going to talk to you about the secrets of human health and how to take care of the human body so that you can live a pain-free life. And I'm hoping that this is the only video you'll ever have to watch about human health. So let's see. I manifest that this video only comes to those who require help. So what is happening to your body? So basically, when you become approximately about in your late 20s to your early 30s, your body starts getting muscle atrophy. And essentially, you're going to start having sores, aches and pains here and there. And essentially, my background is that I have had the fortunate luck to have worked in a variety of different work environments that gave me this knowledge. Essentially, I had experience working in a pharmacy. I've had experience teaching martial arts. I'm a martial arts instructor slash health coach. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect by any standard, but I know how to get to my highest potential. And I'm going to teach you how to do it too right now. And essentially, I also had experience working in a psychedelic dispensary. So I learned a lot, and I'll have a lot of other various work experiences, but essentially these three things have helped me understand the human body. And essentially, our whole life, we walk around and our body absorbs negative energy from the world. And our body starts shutting down. And essentially, we start getting a fucked up back, and we start walking like this in pain. And I'm telling you right now that I don't believe that that's natural. And I know 100% that's not how it's supposed to be. And I personally defeated a bunch of things myself. Like, I was struggling with depression. I'm 35 years old. And I essentially was struggling with depression my whole life. Anxiety. Struggling with, I've been literally it's been about 17 years. I've had pain every day, chronic pain. And even now I have pain, but over the last few years, using this system that I've learned to take care of myself is essentially healing me, and I'm now feeling I'm destroying the pain. And essentially, your body is, when you have pain, your body is telling you that part of your body is inactive. And essentially, you have to activate that part of your body. And essentially, I defeated scoliosis. I've defeated mental health. I've defeated a whole list of health things. And I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's essentially working on your posture and working on aligning yourself and grounding yourself. And I've made a list here of things that I have to say. And also it's going to be essentially 3 different levels of health that you have to actually learn. So there's a basic level we're going over first, and then essentially 2 more levels after that. So essentially, I defeated all these things. And essentially, your posture is connected to your mental health. Because if your spine is not straight, essentially you're going to feel mentally not good. And if we don't learn to take care of our body affects how our mind feels. And essentially, our body is separate from us, our mind, like who we are. Our body is like an organism. And if we don't learn how to take care of it early on, it's going to control us. And this whole system is a massive Illuminati pyramid scheme that they use knowledge. They have knowledge of how to control our minds, and then that affects our body. So I'm going to teach you everything here. So basically, the medical system is bullshit. The medical system is bullshit. And essentially, what you feel is what you attract. And this system, this whole system perpetuates your pain. It perpetuates your suffering, and the way you feel, like the how shitty you feel is connected to how you feel physically. And basically, this bullshit medical system essentially the system gives you the pain, the problems. You go to the medical system, they diagnose you, and then they give you a prescription for a medicine, for a pill. And basically, it's like that pill is a big pharma medication. And essentially, you're going to be taking that medication for the rest of your life, for the rest of your whole life. And essentially, it's a band-aid that will not solve the root core problem of your health. And I'm a firm believer in natural health. I'm a firm believer that there's a cure for anything. I believe there's an antithesis for everything. I believe that all the diseases are perpetuated by this Illuminati cult that controls the world, basically. And essentially everything is external. So all the chemicals, all the radiation, all the stress is all coming from externally. And essentially it tricks our brain to go looking externally for remedies to try to fix our problem. If you're in pain, you use this to numb yourself. If you're depressed, you eat that to make yourself feel better, or go do that to distract yourself. Instead of coming to the root cause and going internally and saying, you know what, it's like about being mindfulness and going internally and thinking, okay, why do I feel this way? And it's because you're in pain. It's because you're in pain or you're scared. You're in fear. And if you're in fear or in pain, you're easy to control. So this system controls you through your body, through your mind, through putting you in a fear, in anxiety. And I'm saying that when I was growing up, I literally would have been diagnosed with every single thing. Depression, ADD, ADHD, bipolar, attention deficit disorder, depression, just the whole spectrum. And essentially this system wants to label you and then assign a medication, a chemical or a pill or whatever, and then it's not going to fix the problem. You're just going to be like a zombie, numb, and not fix the root problem. I had a mother who essentially she was on antidepressants her whole life, and she took Cipralex, and essentially she was like a zombie, numb, never just accepting life and being happy with the state of how it is, but never having the motivation to fix the problem, because that's what the medication did. That's what they want you to do. And this whole time I was going through the system was trying to make me think I was crazy, make me think that I needed to have some kind of medication, and I always resisted. And eventually I found the cure. And essentially the cure is for your depression. Essentially it's about, well, we'll go into that I already made a video about that, but we're going to go through the list here because I don't want to go into the depth, because we have to have a lot to go over. So essentially essentially I'm going to talk about the posture thing. So what does fixing your posture cure? So essentially fixing your posture can fix your depression, anxiety. Essentially you're fixing your body. So your body is compressed, right? Your spine is compressed, and essentially your body is starting to collapse. And essentially your organs are getting compressed and squeezed and squished. So essentially your core is connected to your emotions and how confident you feel. And essentially your spine alignment is connected to how you feel in your brain. And basically, how should I say this? It will increase your appetite. So essentially you're going to expand your core, and you're going to have more space for your organs. You're going to feel more comfortable, less irritable, no depression, because normally you're not supposed to feel depressed. You're supposed to feel normal and calm and happy, but the system is attacking you. Other things is that men, if you're having male impotency, very important, this will cure it. About how many years ago was that? 8 years ago, I was struggling with ED, male like impotency, and essentially my body was getting numb. And essentially it was because my nerves here were being compressed. So essentially my spine was being compressed, and essentially that was shutting down blood flow, and essentially my whole body was getting numb. And essentially I was freaking out, and I went to the hospital at the time, and the doctor didn't want to help me because he didn't want to help me get laid. But that was for my fucking health. Okay, Dr. Godfrey, I know who you are. Vancouver General, you jackass. Essentially, I had to figure out the problem myself because the medical system is not trained to fix your problem. It's trained to quickly get out the fucking document. As soon as you go to the doctor, do they ever like look at you and listen to your problem and care about you? Maybe the odd do, but most of the time they quickly jump onto the computer and start typing because they get paid as soon as they start typing on the computer. You have to pay $50 for them to sign if you don't feel well for your work. So essentially it's like a scam. This whole system is a scam. The word doctor in ancient Greek meant teacher, because they taught you how to heal your body, how to take care of your body. Now they don't teach you jack shit. They don't teach you nothing. And essentially when they're learning through their education, they're trained to be arrogant and think that they're above everyone. But essentially, and I'm not talking about surgeons, neurosurgeons, all that stuff, that stuff's needed. But I'm talking about, in general, doctors are taught to prescribe medication. They're not taught to like properly help you fix the root core problem. And I'm telling you, most of the things, like example, appetite, depression, let's see, male impotency, let's see, what else does it affect? Let's see, anxiety, back pains, all types of body pains, aches and pains, sciatica, scoliosis, let's see, I'll have to think. There's so many things that it's related to. Like example, you have lazy eye, one eye smaller. It's not because you have to. The system will teach you, oh, you have to practice like working out, exercising the muscle in the eye. No, it's because you're not activating your whole half of your body. Because your whole half of your body is inactive. Because this is what the system does. It slowly deactivates your body. Okay, now what else do I believe about human health? Because you can reverse everything. The human body can heal everything. The human body is a self-renewable resource. So it can always heal itself as long as you give it the proper things. But there are things that the system does to try to block you. Essentially, I believe that you can have any body you want. You know, my whole life, I want to be jacked. I want to be like Ryu from Street Fighter, that size. From Street Fighter 1 or 2 Turbo. That guy, I think that's completely doable, and I'm not asking for much, but my whole life I trained martial arts like crazy and I couldn't get jacked because I wasn't accessing part of my body. And I'm telling you, men, that if you are skinny, I like to call myself lean, but basically people have called me skinny my whole life. And I know I'm lean, right? But essentially if you're skinny in some parts of your body, it's because the honest to God truth is that body part is not being activated. You're not using your muscles there. So you can still be strong, and don't underestimate like smaller people because they're probably using other muscles that you're not, just to hold themselves up. But you bodybuilder people, I'm telling you that the human body, the male is supposed to be naturally big. The biceps are naturally supposed to be big. Females are supposed to naturally have big hips and fuller buttocks and etc. Bigger busts, because essentially back in the day, this is common knowledge. And I know that I've met men who had good bodies, and I was asking them, do you work out? Do you go to the gym? Nah, I just eat good, and I just work not like some labor job, right? Or like women, some women I've met had really tight bodies. I said, hey, do you go to the gym? They said, nah, never. You know, myself, I've never been to a gym ever in my life. And I'm not saying that that's not important. I'm saying on my list, that's actually one of the basic things. And we're gonna get into the list probably in a minute or two. But essentially, what was the point of that though? What's the point? I don't go to the gym. Oh yeah, but essentially, I've only done exercise at home and stuff in the park and such. And since I do martial arts, I've done martial arts my whole life. But throughout my martial arts, I started realizing that no matter how much I was training every day, which I was getting weaker and weaker. And it was because